It is now time for for Rapid Fire. I am just all over the place today. Gilbert, the breaking news on Monday was Jonathan Taylor has been given permission by the Colts to seek a trade. By the way, somebody tweeted out somebody retweeted Jim Irsay's tweet from 2013. An earthquake is happening. Everybody's gonna be in awe tomorrow when they wake up. And it was when they got Trent Richardson
Oh
from
yeah,
from the Cleveland Browns.
first
I was
round
like,
pick.
dude, I'm like, what a terrible. By the way, he was in Chihuahua, playing for Chihuahua's football team down there. Trent Richardson, the last time I heard. So yeah, definitely interesting to see him
Times have changed. Like I really
him giving up first rounders for a running back, and now
Man.
to get one, and now he's about to possibly trade for one. Gilbert, who should trade for Jonathan Taylor, and what do you think this is going to look like?
Yeah, first let me kind of give you my background because I'm actually kind of intrigued to see
We
how
get it.
this.
You used to write in Las Vegas, then you came to the OC Register, and now you're at
No,
SI. Oh, you said your background.
no, this background of this trade request because I'm like, okay, finally, maybe it's a real movement here on the contract market. But then I'm like, we just saw with Austin Eckler, like he was requesting a trade and the price was too high, and then you don't want to pay it, guys, so it's not even worth it. You see Dalvin Cook
Prices are too damn high.
has to get released, and the money is still $8.5 million, and you have Saquon trying to ask for 14, 15. There's a big divide there. So I don't know how much. Jonathan Taylor, I'm losing track of his running backs. I don't know if he's gonna get what the Colts want because the first round pick is really high nowadays. And the way I see it, Fernando, if Christian freaking McCaffrey didn't get a first round pick, why does Jonathan Taylor get one? I get it, he's younger, but he ain't no Christian McCaffrey. So that's a really high price for me. And then he's coming off a bad season. I get he was a rushing champion in 2021, but I don't know if they'll get the first round pick because he wants to get paid. So maybe a similar package to the McCaffrey deal where it was like 4 draft picks and the highest one you get is the second round pick.
Second round pick, third round pick, fourth round picks in 2023, and then a fifth rounder in 2024.
And they took on that contract of $17 million. But again, Taylor is not McCaffrey. So, but to give you a team real quick, I was watching Monday Night Football. I would like to see Jonathan Taylor on the Commanders.
That's the team I was talking
name
about.
Victor's team of the season because he brought him up last week. But I feel bad for Anthony Richardson because he could benefit off of the running back like that. But Sam Howell could benefit for sure. The enemy, hopefully McLaurin is okay, and then you got a great defense and a lot of pressure on Ron Rivera. So why not go to the Commanders? Did I take your team?
No. That's exactly the team. I mean, I saw the Dolphins are one of those teams that have been kind of sniffing around. They were sniffing around Dalvin Cook, but I wonder now. I wonder if because it's like we've seen it before. Like you're gonna have to give up draft picks, and then you're gonna have to give up money to pay the guy. So unless somebody's gonna rent it, like maybe a team like the Chiefs rent him for 1 year and just have him on their team for 1 year, and then next year let them hit free agency. And if they win the Super Bowl, they win it.
Yeah.
If not, they don't. But I just don't know how. Somebody's gonna want it. Like, I just don't see everybody being like, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't see how you're gonna be able to give up all this stuff because they want fair compensation, I guess. And it's like, how are you gonna be able to get everything you want in return? I just don't see it happening, to be completely honest.
I guess if you're looking at what the Falcons did with Bijan Robinson, they pretty much use a first round pick on the guy, but that's such a much cheaper contract than whatever Taylor's getting, so it's gonna be really tough regardless.
I don't know. I think it's gonna be a hard trade to execute. No, it is like Jim Irsay, because the GM is gonna want something. Then Jim Irsay is probably gonna be like, no, we need this or we need that. So I think it's gonna be tough. The Dolphins would be interesting, but how much? Like, come on, like there's no way they can do all that, and especially with everything that they've given up, and then pay him,
and then pay the guy.
And then what? You're gonna like it or not, Tua's up. What are you gonna do with him? Like, I just don't see it.
Like at least Dalvin was just free and available, and it wasn't going to cost you more than $10 million. So
yeah, exactly. Gilbert, several head coaches around the NFL have canceled joint practices this week. Will we see less joint practices going forward and teams playing their starters in preseason?
I don't. Actually, I did see a notice in a bump of more starters playing this preseason, but I don't think joint practices are going to leave. I think they're very controlled environment. But maybe instead of doing two, you just stick to one. And then it also kind of sucks though. Like if you do plan it and then they cancel last minute, like I wonder how that maybe as a player you don't care. But there's something there like that people are noticing that they're trying to hold back. But I do like the joint practices. Like you see some, at least for the media, you see so much more. It's a good competitive environment when it's control. You could be like, hey, you know what? My rookie quarterback needs more work against the first team defense. You want to throw in your first defense guys and then kind of help each other that way. So that's a benefit of that, but maybe limit it from 2 to 1.
I think we will not see more or less joint practices just because, I mean, if you really look at it, like guys like Brandon Staley, Sean McVay, they get more out of that than they do. And this, everybody forgets, there's this new age of coaches coming in. I like Andy Reid runs his guys hard. Ron Rivera runs his guys hard. Bill Belichick runs his guys hard. But there's this like they're becoming less and less and less. And this new generation of coaches is coming in, and they like joint practice. I think we're going to see more joint practice. And the thing is, everybody wonders like why have we seen a drop off in people playing? I mean, obviously, like you said, there's been more this year, but remember, we're now at a 17 game season, so they want to rest their guys. Scary Terry McLaurin just got hurt in the Monday night preseason game, so that's what people want to limit, especially a team like the Chargers who have been injury prone. You want to limit as much injuries as you can. So I think that's kind of what they're going to end up doing. Gilbert, which coordinator hired this offseason will have the biggest impact on their team? Ravens OC Tom Monken or Vic Fangio with the Dolphins defensive coordinator?
This would have been a tough question for me because I really like Big Fangio, but then he lost Jalen Ramsey, so you can't really see the full extent of this defense. And then also it kind of takes like I feel like the Vic Fangio like track record is like it takes 2 years for him to kind of pop off with his defense. So I'm gonna go with Todd Monken. He has not had like the biggest success in the NFL, but he has good experience in the NFL. And then he helped out Georgia with the national championships there. So he's a down the field attack, and I want to see more Lamar Jackson. Like at some point, like all right, Lamar, like you're getting older, stop running so freaking much. Throw the ball down the field, and you got Zay Flowers, OBJ, and Rashad Bateman. So let's see what you got in this Monken aerial attack.
You know what I wish the question kind of was, or this what came into my head. Who has more, or who's on the hotter seat going into into both jobs? Why the hotter seat? John Harbaugh, I think it's starting to get a little hot
Wow,
on him.
really?
And then even Mike McDaniel, they've given him everything. They've given him Jalen Ramsey, who obviously got hurt, Bradley Chubb. Like you've gotten all these, like that team is stacked. So are the Ravens. The Ravens have kind of got a lot of players too. Who is going to get their coach? Who could potentially get their coach fired? And I think it's Monken, honestly. Like if that offense just does not click with Lamar Jackson, I think John Harbaugh and that team could be I think they could get fired after this season, especially.
Spicy take. It is rapid fire.
I mean, I'm just being honest, but Gilbert, Teddy Bridgewater is wearing number 50 for the Lions. He chose to wear that number simply adding a 0 to his favorite number. Should quarterbacks wear higher digit numbers or stick to lower digit
No,
numbers?
no. Teddy's fine because like he joined the camp so late and he had to play and okay, fine. It's an exception to the rule, but it was horrendous, hideous. I hate all the number changes. What's happened to traditional values here and keeping the numbers 1 through 20 or 1 through 19 for the quarterbacks? I don't want to see 50 anytime again. So it's been done. Don't do it again, please.
I like I said, I think it's okay during preseason. If you guys want to switch it up during preseason, fine, go ahead and do it, have some fun. But during the regular season, hell no. I don't want to see that anywhere. Like 1 through 19 or 0 through 19 is fine. Any other number? No, no, thank you. Gilbert, Tyreek Hill told reporters last week that he does not watch film. He goes on Madden and sees the rating skills, their skill breakdown to see which cornerbacks he's going up against. And I quote, I feel like Madden has a good tell of how good players are, end quote. Is this something that this generation of NFL players will apply more to their scouting report, or is this just a Tyreek Hill thing?
Please do not. If you're a upcoming player or a young football player that wants to become Tyreek Hill, do not do it. Watch tape. Don't be the next Johnny Football. Not everybody's Tyreek Hill where you're freaking fast and just go straight and catch the ball. That's pretty much his job. Obviously, there's more to it. He's not the best route runner, but he is a good route runner. So there's more to it. But Tyreek can get away with it, not you.
He's a good route runner because he's fast. That's the
Yeah,
only
I know,
reason. Like,
it's like,
yeah,
okay,
no,
yeah, just
I
make the
completely.
press and you go down the field and you're good, Tyreek. You don't have to watch his body.
There's no way he can get away with doing that. Like, there's no way. Like, going like how many players don't complain about their Madden rating and all this, and I got this wrong, and they got this wrong and that wrong. Maybe Chad Johnson told him, hey, now that I'm working for Madden, the numbers are legit. Maybe that's why he looks there. But I just no, you should not do this. This is just dumb. Gilbert, I said it on the opening. Sugar Sean O'Malley knocked out Sterling over the weekend. He is the champion. Now O'Malley's calling out Gervonta Davis. Would you want to see that?
Yeah, I wanted to get this question in there just because I get so annoyed with this. It might happen, but I do not want to see it because Gervonta Davis will destroy Sean O'Malley. And to his credit, he kind of had that Conor McGregor knockout. He's a good striker and he's a good puncher, and you could tell that he was kind of rusty going against Aljamain Sterling, but he has the punch there, and that really helped him out. But Gervonta is on such a different level; he will destroy him. But I'm just tired of like all these UFC fighters wanting a money grab because they don't pay him so well. Dana White, they're always trying to leave to go to boxing.
You know what's funny? I thought that was a great knockout, by the way. Like, he just put him to sleep. I thought that was a great knockout, but I agree with you. I think it's just a money grab, the exhibition thing. Like, hey, let's go get some money. But honestly, Sean, I get you want to do it, but also like look at what happened in Conor. Conor hasn't been the same since he got that big money deal from fighting Floyd Mayweather. So if I'm you, maybe go, maybe try. You just barely became a champ. Maybe do it for about a year, and then maybe go.
Okay, it was cool to see him become a UFC champion
It
because
was,
everybody wanted him to win because he's such a big superstar, like a rising one. But and also he was an underdog, and for him to get it, that was pretty cool to see. And I think he's from the area too in Boston. Yeah, Conor
no, he's from
McGregor.
Montana.
Oh, okay, really? Okay, I was way
Yeah.
off. Okay. So people just love Sugar Sean
Yeah,
O'Malley.
yeah. Oh, yeah. They were saying F Sterling, F
And then
Sterling. Like,
O'Malley sounds Irish, so I just assume he's from Boston. That's
no. Well, maybe that's another reason why. But
yeah,
because one of my friends, she is a reporter out in Montana, and she was at a watch party for O'Malley. So yeah, they said fighting out of Montana fighting out of Phoenix and Arizona via Montana. So
right.
definitely interesting. Lamar Jackson said last week that he found a couple of routes on social media that were passed on, and then he passed them on to Munkin by quarterbacks coach T. Martin. Coach, I quote, Coach Munkin liked the play, so he put it in practice, end quote. Is there something you found on social media that you now use in your everyday life?
I feel like I'm kind of embarrassed to say it, but it's a lot of things more like knowledge. Okay, like things like you could do this with your taxes, or you could do this with your podcast, or you could do this TikTok edit video or whatever. So a lot of things come to mind, but nothing like wild where like it really changed my I don't know, fitness or diet. I don't know, things like that.
Oh, well, that's what I was gonna go with. On obviously social media and like the Pat McAfee show, I guess, in a sense. Like I intermittent fasting, like I was like, oh wow, I was like, that's interesting. And I've been on it now, I think 2 or 3 weeks now. So I was like, oh, I'll check it out, and I've been doing it since. And I'm like, oh, okay, this is actually pretty. It's not
been
bad.
longer, Fernando. You're kind of selling yourself short there with the 2 to 3 weeks.
Oh well, okay, well I don't know. The days now just roll on.
Yeah, I've seen you committed. Like you're waiting for the time to hit.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah. Oh, dude, on Friday I was because they moved the practice at 12. Thursday and Friday I was really antsy because they moved the practice at 12 o'clock. So I was pissed. I'm like, dude, I'm like over here like,
that makes a difference.
Yeah, exactly.